Hey y'all, it's Natalie. Welcome to the April 2025 A Cherry on Top Design Team Hop. That's a mouthful. Today I am using the new Happy Life collection by Photoplay. And our assignment this month was to pick a shape. So I picked rectangles. All of my photos are printed in 2x3 landscape rectangles. And then I'm going to use this guest check paper from the Photoplay collection. And I'm going to cut out each of the checks, which are vertical or portrait designed rectangles. And I'm going to use this cardstock pack that comes to match the collection. It's a separate cardstock pack, but it does perfectly match. And create a double page layout, which is also a rectangle. Who even am I? But as you can see, I backed all the photos and I tried to collage them onto a single 12x12, and I was like, whoa, way too busy. Plus, I had a lot of journaling. So I pivot, I change my plan. I go grab 2 pieces of white cardstock, and we're going to go with more of a grid style layout. I'm going to use all of these checks to house journaling. Now, I'm not going to do that on screen. You won't see that except for in one for an example, because it's going to take me a while. So I had to get this layout done, and I've numbered everything because I decided that I want them to go. I've written up my journaling. I just have to get it printed on all of the clear labels. So now I'm trying to decide how exactly I would like to decorate my page, because it's a lot going on just with the checks and the photos. So I decided just to do a couple of things on either end to decorate the page. So I use my favorite scallop border punch here with this floral, and I'm trying to decide a couple of layering pieces to go with it. So I go with the orange cardstock that comes in the cardstock pack. It is a dotted cardstock, which is fun. And then I'm also going to use the stripe that comes in the collection pack. So the layout is a compilation page, which these do usually take a lot of work on the end of organizing the photos, like pulling all the photos, because I'm pulling them over like a year's time span. And I also wrote, like I said, a lot of journaling. But I love these pages. When I get them done, I'm so glad that I have them done and I have the story told. So this is going to be a story about our Friday night supper club. It's just us and our friends, and we all go to dinner together every Friday nights, and it's like really casual. It's really no expectation. You come if you want, but then it's also really special. Like, it's really nice to have these people that are like our people, right? And like we can depend on them, and we all get together and we talk about our weeks, and sometimes we laugh and sometimes we cry, and it literally was like a therapy session a little bit last week, and we just love it so much. It's turned out to be a really special thing, and there's lots of babies that come now, which is super fun. So all of my journey talks about that progression. I just quickly showed you, but I used the Honeybee Be Playful alphas to do my super long title, but I did a technique that my friend Sarah showed recently, and I was like, that is genius. I want to use it. So I cut the alphas out of the cardstock, and then I cut them out of pattern paper, and then I just sliced the top off of the pattern paper, and so it looks like you have like a 2-tone alpha. It's just a really fun way to kind of jazz up your alphas so it's not so plain with just like the one thing, the one pattern. So I ripped the orange piece, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer that ripped piece right back onto itself, like with just a little gap showing so that you can see the stripes in between the ripped pieces. So I just think that since I don't have a lot of pattern paper on the page, that it's just a fun way to add a little bit of interest without having to add any more patterns, because the page is really busy. Like I said, with all of the photos, I have 12 photos, and I pulled out the 12 fussy cut checks to house the journaling. And so I didn't have a lot of room for much else. I used my tiny attacher to staple them, like when you're at a diner or whatever and they staple the check to the receipt. I just was like feeling like that was the vibe. And I'm just going to rough up those edges of everything, including the bordered punch item, and just give it dimension. So you see me there just ruffling everything up, and I'll do the exact same thing on the other side. So I'm going to edit that out as well. I will take this chance to let you know this is a hop. So down below are links to all of the videos participating today. If you go along and you put a comment on every video, you'll be entered for a chance to win store credit to a cherry on top, which is really generous of them. I'll also link down below with the products. This is a new collection by Photoplay. It's still in the store and it is gorgeous. It's like the theme of it is every day. And so a lot of the stickers on the sticker sheet are very like, hey, like talking about your everyday life. A lot of them talk about journaling. But it really inspired my page because especially when I was like, okay, what's something we do all the time, like a very common thing? And I thought, oh, Friday Night Supper Club, I want to document that, which we really don't even take a lot of photos. Like I really had to search to find a bunch of photos, and not everyone who participates is even depicted. I'm not even in the photos, but that's because we're having too much fun. We're having a good time on Friday nights, and we don't really get the phones out that much to take pictures or anything. So they're just a little bit of representation of what the story means. So I was so glad to have that collection inspire me to go through my photos and find the few photos that I had from this year or more that we've been doing this and document this story because it was special. So I'm just finishing up laying down the title. I'm sticking it down with my Nuvo adhesive, and I know I said it was busy, and it is. But I will add just a few of the stickers from the sticker sheet that comes in the collection pack just to add a little bit of interest. There are a few white spots, and just to make it seem intentional. I feel like even though it is busy, adding those little pieces and tucking them in just gives the page a finished look. I'll add a camera to the title right there, makes it look intentional. And I will rough up those edges a little bit more on that right side of the page. I can tell that they are not quite matching the ones on the left. But who even am I doing a double page spread? I was so glad to do this. I don't do this often, but I love it. And this collection is so fun. Definitely recommend. And hop along to see the shapes that everybody else chose and see how they interpreted them. I loved that the rectangle shape actually inspired the entire layout, including the fact that it's a double page. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'd love it if you'd like and subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions, and you guys have a great day. Bye, y'all.